If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Rolling. We're on. Well, welcome, Mr. Mike. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great tonight. How are you doing?
Good, good. Hey, I want to say thank you for coming on such a short notice, but Mr. Mike Riggs is sick. He does have COVID, but I think he's already hit his shots. He's having some of the after effects, some that other thing you call
Omicron?
I don't know what it could be, because he had the coughing, the sniffling, very tired. And he was going to come on, but he didn't want to have all the people listen to him cough and sneeze and blah. So it was best just for him to get some rest. And so as soon as he's better, and he will be better soon, he'll be right back on, and we'll have him on in a heartbeat. So, okay, so we got a lot to talk about. You know, I don't know where everybody's at, but I thought we did invite everybody for tonight's show. This is the first time that no one has showed up. And here they come. Here's Dr. Joe.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say, Mike, you know, you can get COVID even if you've had the shots. I got COVID a couple months ago, even though I had all the vaccines and everything.
Yeah.
I still got it. I was one of the lucky ones that had like an extremely mild cold, but I'm sad to hear that Mike's not feeling well. So
yeah. So anyway, Joe, yeah, Mike, I don't know if you heard, but he's not feeling well.
Oh no, I just found out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's why I brought Mike back on to fill in real quick. But Mike will be back. He's got symptoms. Yeah, he's had his shots, I believe, but he has symptoms of the sneezing, the coughing, runny nose, very tired. So he wanted to, he would have come on, but he wouldn't have been very effective. So I said, go ahead and get some rest, and we'll get somebody else.
Keep in mind that all of those symptoms you described was symptoms of a common cold or a flu. So the problem is today that people, even doctors do this, they confuse it. If the person has the flu and they happen to test positive for the virus, it doesn't necessarily mean the virus caused it. There's still influenza virus out there, and but it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm supposed to get my booster sometime this week, maybe on Saturday I'll get it.
Cool. Yeah, we got ours already. Yeah. And Jake, Mr. Announcer here, he has a terrible allergy. What do you call it?
Oh, you mean what I've had?
Yeah.
Well, I've had bronchitis for about the last 3 weeks.
And you hear him coughing and sneezing and all this stuff, tired, and people would think, oh, he's got the virus. No, he's already tested. He's clear. They gave him medication for that.
Yeah, I got prednisone and cough syrup.
Just about to say, take some prednisone. That's what I take when I get that in that condition. Yeah. Except prednisone is one of those drugs I don't like taking unless I absolutely have to. Because for me, I can't sleep when I'm on it. It keeps me up. And long-term prednisone is not good, but still for the short-acting stuff for your lungs, absolutely. That's the only thing that'll help clear it up.
So, Doc, that's why I see you up, because I'm on prednisone now, and it's hard for me to sleep.
Well, Larry, I'm actually very familiar with pemphigus because it's an oral disease as well. It manifests itself in the mouth. And typically the solution is a steroid, to help keep the symptoms at bay. But I've seen some pretty impressive cases intraorally, inside the mouth.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing. It's like somebody dealing with lupus, they're going to do the same type of regimen. But now hopefully it's not going to be too big of a flare up for you, Larry. I know it's difficult to deal with. In the extreme cases, as you said, it could be fatal as well. So
yeah, well, I've already been there 3 times, so I know the whole 9 yards, and I know what it did to me. It's horrible. It's but you have to keep fighting. You can't give it an inch. I mean, whatever it does to you, you got to fight it back just as hard, man. And I got a good dog working with me, Dr. McCarty. He's cool. Yeah, he's taking good care of me. He calls and checks on me. So, Pin guy, Pin guy. And then you'll call me if I need your doc. Doc, no.
Remember, I'm a tooth doctor. Remember, I'm not. I'm not a regular doctor. I
No,
know
you are now. You're a pen doctor, so that'll work.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah, and you probably charge house calls.
Dennis
Hi,
don't
Norm.
Hey, Norm.
G'day, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Okay. All right, so we're going to start up now and get this thing going on. Okay, so Mr. Mike couldn't be on. Tell everybody the reason why. So, but Mr. Green here saved the show and then at the time. So I'm going to do mail call, and we're going to talk about this box that comes from that man over there, that real nice Scrooge man over there. The Grinch who stole- yeah, right there.
Wouldn't it be better to talk about what's in the box than the box itself?
I don't care.
Yeah.
So anyway, here we go. Here we go. We got this. That's what he kept. You said I'm talking about it. And then we got that.
Very generous, Mike.
Oh, look what we got. Hold on. Yay, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I'm scared of you. You
Yeah.
finally did it. Wow.
Yeah, I finally printed some business cards. It looks like
huh?
I fed that paper through my printer. It looks like it destroyed the printer. The printer jammed, and now the feed won't work. And oh well, it was worth it though.
And here's a thing like that. Thing like that.
Nice.
Oh. And then you got an empty box. Now, Doc, y'all look, it's empty. So
Oh,
back there. So anyway, so we're going to talk about, let's see, and there's reasons for every one of it. Oh, talk about that later. That gave me hot flashes right there already, my God.
Hey, now.
Oh,
I like this one. It's kind of a Grinch green color.
oh we
Yeah.
can't, hey, Mike, we can't talk about this one either right now. That gave me more hot flashes.
all right.
This is not good. This is not, I don't do this very well. I'm sorry, but again, I don't care. So anyway.
Oh, they're just.
Here we
little
go.
cozies.
Mike, you're going to be talking about this beautiful made pen. It's a gel pen, ballpoint pen, or a rollerball, I believe.
Right. Currently, it has a gel refill in it, as you requested, and it is a steampunk themed pen, and the little pump handle extends the tip or retracts it.
Oh, okay. Nice, pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty. And don't you like this kind of stuff, Jake? That
Let
kind
me
of
see.
on there.
Yeah, I love the geometric designs on it. It's just kind of a, would you call this a steampunk variation?
Yeah,
Looks
it's a steampunk style pen. Yes.
Bam, and then bam, or bam, and then bam, and then you write. So that is good liquid. Now this is one he has for sale, but what is this made of, Mike?
Well, the material of the body of the pen is Alumilite. It's an Alumilite called, let's see, I had it written down somewhere. That's Napa Valley Sky by the Pensmiths. And the material of the pen itself, though, is antique brass and pewter. Yes, that's what I need. Oh, well, that's
Is that the
wait a minute,
ink jar?
that's
Is that the
something
ink,
else.
Larry?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Doc.
Wow.
I apologize for being so rude.
That really lights things up. Yep, that's a Christmas spirit.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, you're welcome.
But anyway, what kind of material what kind of resin? Acrylic for this or
That's
what?
a Alumilite. Most of my
Alumilite,
pens
okay,
are
okay.
Alumilite, which is a resin
Yeah,
kind of
beautiful.
material.
Yeah,
Yes.
on this end, really, I really like the colors, the blues, the whites, has a little bit of red in there. It looks good. And the trim really makes it come together. Looks tough. It reminds me of back in the day of the sword fights.
Okay.
That's what to me. Then it's got little Dumacages on here. Okay. That's something like Dr. Joe would do, I think. Yeah. He's that type of guy. He's got the little, look like a fireplace, doesn't he? Right there. Yeah. Can you see this in Dr. Joe's office?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could. Yeah. It's Dr. Joe all the way, baby. Yeah. Beautiful
All right.
baby. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got you. I already know, Doctor. Yeah. Okay. Here we go, baby. All right. So that's one. And that's for sale. But some of these pens were and are for sale and giveaway. Poor choice of words, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right. And I'm studying to be a brain surgeon. Yep. So I'm going to school for that right now. Yep. So anybody needs a doctor, let me know. I'm medical. I'm a surgeon, brain surgeon. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. This pen is a beautiful fountain pen. It really is. Rollable gel.
That's a gel pen. Yeah.
Gel pen.
Again,
Okay.
has a gel refill in it right now.
Talk about this one, right? No. Yeah. Talk about this one.
Well, that's another. I think you had one of these earlier at the very beginning. This is a dog pen. You see the little dog bone on the clip, and has little tracks on it. And it's a little knock pen. You just click on the end. Excuse me. And to extend it, it's just a click pen. And the material it's made from is called Caldera. And I did a set of these way back when, and this is the last one of the bunch. And I kind of called this one a golden retriever because it's kind of got a gold trim and it's got the gold, body.
It's pretty.
But
yeah, it's gorgeous. Now this pen's already been sold, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just teasing people with this one.
Yeah. We're just teasing because a lady. This is going to a friend of mine. She has some beautiful dogs and she loves her babies, and so that's her Christmas present that she's going to be getting. So, thank you. And then Mike's working on a different one right now for have a friend of mine, former New York Giant player and Cowboy player, that he's making a pen, ballpoint gel pen for him.
It'll be whatever. It'll be a gel rollable.
Yeah, we'll show you, and I even show you some pictures of the guy. Real nice guy. All right, so we have two, and now we have two heavies here, really heavy. So I'll start with, I guess this one. All right. No, I can't start with that. So we'll start with this one. Here we go. Beautiful pen. I love the clip on it. Okay, here we go. All right, Mike, would you like to talk about that one, sir?
Sure. That one's let's see. I'm trying to look. That one's called it's a fountain pen, of course. It has the clip. It has a Yovo broad, I believe, on it right now, and it is a. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Where's my eye at?
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's got a Yovo number 6 on it. The material again is Alumilite. This particular mix is called Wise Sage. And,
here you go. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so
broad.
Broad. Yeah. Okay. I thought they're both. I think both of the fountain pens are broad. So
beautiful pen. It is just knockout gorgeous. Done a great job, Mike.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great job.
Converter. Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful pen. So now this one is going to be what, Mike?
I don't remember what you were. I'm trying to remember what we were going to do with that one.
Is this one a giveaway, you said, or not?
No, I think you haven't gotten to the one we were going to give away. I'm trying to remember.
This is for sale. This one's for sale.
This one's for sale. Yeah, unless of course you keep putting it in your pocket.
Okay.
Wait for him to do that, actually.
Yeah, it's been known to happen. We won't discuss that. I sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. Move on. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is the giveaway.
What do you think about this, Norman?
Sorry, Larry. What do I think about it?
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely beautiful. Yep. Like it a lot.
You use broad nibs, don't you, Norm?
Yeah, I do. I'm like you. I'm sort of mostly into mediums, but double broads on, say, a 3776 are a bit too broad for me, but I've got other nibs here like Pelicans and things that are probably equivalent to a broad nib, although they're marked medium, and they're great.
Okay, cool. Yes. All right, now, where's that other one? Okay, let me get that. What did I do with it? Is that it? No, that's not it. What did I do with it? Did you
I was
steal
gonna
it?
say, check your pocket, Larry.
Oh, boy.
Okay, what are you looking for?
That other pen that people are, here it is. Huh,
Okay.
no, that's not it.
No,
That's-
that's not it.
That's not it. Well, it was just here, and I just cleaned out today 20 pins, believe it or not. Finally, 20 pins I cleaned out. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's like, here it is, right here. Here it is. Ha, ha, ha. See this shirt? It kind of matches this shirt. What do you think, Mike? Look, the color.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Pretty-
This is a similar to the other fountain pen. It's another clip pen, another Yovo number 6 broad. The material's called emerald coral, and it's aluminite. And there you are. This is the pen that you are giving away on this Saturday, January 1st at noon.
Yep.
And
So that's
it's probably
good.
worth pointing out that if people have not already entered, shame on you. But if you haven't already entered, definitely send Larry an email, and I'm sure the email address will be at the bottom of the notes here. Mr. Announcer, you could probably say the actual email address, but I can't do it off the top of my head.
Yeah, so it's Larry B0711 at gmail.com.
Okay, thank you. And that's it. You need to send your name and address to that address, to that email address, with, pen giveaway on the subject or something like that to get Larry's attention. You only have about a day to do it at this point. So
Right,
move.
right. Okay,
That's the pen you're going to win.
right. And Doc, I'm going to get with you later because there's some things I want to talk to you about and get some input from you as well. Very important later. So
All right.
your expertise is going to come in handy soon, believe it or not. I need my eyeballs changed or something anyway. So, but anyway, my friends, if y'all were here, I'd give you a toast and we can have a little laugh. But you're over there. It's too bad. So anyway, oh, Doc, here's another Jim B for you. I bet Doc be like chug
I'm
motion
more
like
of a beer and wine guy, Larry. I'm more of a beer and
what,
wine
sir?
guy.
You're a beer and wine guy.
Beer and
Okay,
wine
what
guy,
kind of
yeah.
beer?
Hard liquor, man. I'm just too old for hard liquor.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah, I am. I
You're
feel
a
the
young
earth.
man. So anyway, here's some ballpoint that he sent me. In that it says ballpoint, right, Mike?
Right. I sent you a couple packets in the box as well. These are like the ballpoint refills that will fit in those pens.
Okay.
I
Are
think
they
I also
gel?
sent you, no, the pens already have gels in them right now.
The one that I have, remember I requested a gel.
Oh yeah, there's a packet with the gel. If you look, there's
Okay,
there should be some more packets. Okay.
Okay, that's
All right.
all.
There's a lot. I sent you several packets. I sent you
Yeah.
some ballpoints so you could.
I already opened
I
them all.
sent you
Mr. Announcer just checked.
I sent you a gel. And
Yeah.
I sent you a roller ball. Basically, I figured you could mix and match and maybe try some of these. Oh, those are cartridges for the fountain pens.
Cartridges. And I'm looking for the other. So.
Lots of little goodies. There should be a gel refill in there too. So.
But anyway, so now what we're going to be talking about, and it's really important, at least to me, it's really important, and I hope to other people it may not be as important, but here's the reason. When I do giveaways, whoever does a giveaway, it's usually done in the US, or sometimes if people are fortunate and lucky, they may win. Canada has won, Brazil has won, the UK has won. Was that it? Oh, India. I don't know. It was, remember the lady in the gin house that I sent her? 2 of them?
I don't remember.
Well, Middle East, was it?
Maybe.
All right. Long story short, a lady won this beautiful 159 gin house. I put a nice nib in it, and under what, $10 at the time. That was years ago. And purple, that's the one she wanted. So I sent it to her, and it cost triple to send it to her than the pen was worth. So I did it, and it was like this time, so I sent it to her. And but she never got it. And we were tracking it, post office here. Well, it's in their country now, and she was checking the office there in her country, and they couldn't find it. So she said, "Larry, don't worry about it. You tried. Thanks a lot anyway." So Mr. Announcer and I got talking. We had another purple. Let's go send it to her. So this must have cost over $100, you know, to get it to her, right? And she was just really appreciative and nice, and I was broke. But anyway, made her happy. Yeah, made her happy. So that's done. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is, and I've talked with Mike, and you know how Mike is with me sometimes. He can be kind of hard one time with me. You know, I'm very sensitive. I'm very sensitive. Yes, I am. Yes. So Doc, don't forget me. Yeah. So anyway, I am going to be, well, not just I. Mike and I are going to go in on this together, half and half, 50-50, right, Mike? That's
right.
What I said. Yeah. So Mike, because it's not fair to Mike to give away all this stuff, only if he gives it to me. That's the only rule we have.
That seems fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that's logical. So anyway, what I want to do is, or going to do is, we're going to do a giveaway, Mike. Would you like to go ahead and give that some feedback when we're going to do that? And for who, Mike?
All right. The giveaway is this is for the I guess all the citizens of India. Correct? Is that the right way to say it? Okay,
India.
People that live in India, or actually you don't have to be a citizen, you just have to live there. So I'm sorry for the rest of the world. Sorry, you're out on this one, but we win everything else otherwise. But anyway, so all you folks in India, all you listeners out there or viewers out there in India, this one's for you. You get to win. You get to. This is exclusive to you. This is Larry's. I guess we're going on a world tour.
Yeah.
And that's his idea. We're going to go on a world tour now. Anyway, so you send an email. Actually, this time you send it to me. That's Mike at mighke.com. I guess, Mr. Announcer, I'll send you notes. Maybe we can add some notes at the bottom of the video here, so that it's all spelled out for them.
Yeah,
Would that be okay? I'll email you after the show and type out everything, and hopefully we'll get it all straight. Anyway, you send your entries to me with your name and address. We can send it to you. Hopefully with like a subject like pen giveaway, so I know what you're talking about. Otherwise, I'll put you in with my bills. But send me an email. The giveaway will be January 22nd at 10 a.m. Our time, which by my calculations for at least some portions of India, that will be 9:30 p.m. on the 22nd. So
Good.
There you are. So get your entries in, and we're going to see what you can get. Oh, what can you get, you ask? Okay, that was the thing I was going to bring up right now.
Okay, first stop right there. Don't show it. Don't show it yet.
Okay. All right.
Again,
I won't do
only
it.
from India. This is exclusive for India only.
Right.
So you want to get your emails and send them in to Mike, not to me,
Right.
to him.
Well, if they make a mistake and send them to you, maybe you'll forward them, maybe. Huh?
If I remember I got
Okay.
this. So
Okay,
anyway,
guys in India, you don't have a chance if you send them to Larry.
so I'm
You're
doing
not
this
gonna win.
special for people in India. I'm doing this special for your folks because I
Okay.
know y'all
This
been
is
sending emails and y'all been wanting and trying to win, and it can be difficult because I try to win all the time and I end up crying, but that's okay. Who cares
all right.
about me?
So there we are.
Okay, people from India, all over the world, show them what you got, Mike.
All right, so here we go. Let me see if I can switch this properly. There we go. Here it is. It's another fountain pen. Okay, and again, it's similar to the one we're giving away on Sunday. This is called Lush Everglade. It's a really nice green material. It's got a clip, and it's got a Yovo #6 nib. Whoops, if I can do this on the camera. There we go. So there you are. And since you're getting it from me and not Larry, when you win, get back to me and you can tell me what size nib you want, right? It won't make, we'll just put it, the other people getting the pen on Sunday, you're kind of stuck. It's a broad nib, but the people in India, you can choose which nib you want in this pen. Fair enough?
Good. So now, aren't the nibs twistable? When you change the nibs out, you twist them out. Is that correct?
That's correct, Larry. I mean, and
Yeah.
again, if you'd asked me this, maybe a year ago, I'd go, what? Pull pull the nib out of my Pilot pen. Oh no, I can't do that. I need to go to a nibmeister. Well, these are actually not that hard to do, but again, you know, if you're scared of it, don't do it. But I mean, they just thread right out, you know. And if you look at like some of the earlier, I think the first video you did a review of mine, you were just pulling them out and swapping them, you know, while they were inked and everything. He was a crazy guy, you know, but usually I at least clean them before I swap them. But you were doing it while they were inked and everything. Yeah. Don't try that at home.
Don't try that.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, it's very simple.
Gentlemen, all I'm going to say to these two gentlemen that came on today, you know what, they're sure lucky, because later I'm going to get with them later silently and send them a secret message, Mike.
Okay.
Yes. I think these two get a secret message.
There's a secret message. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, Mike, the Yowo and the Bach nibs, right? I mean, the Yowo, you could twist out the entire nib unit, right? The plastic part comes with the feet.
correct.
Right.
But that plastic part can also be twisted off.
Right. And you know, you can take the, you know, I'm talking about the nib carrier. It's a black piece of plastic that holds the nib and the feed.
Yeah, that's the whole nib
and generally
unit.
that's what we're talking about, you unthreading. You can actually disassemble that nib unit too and go even further. But we're talking about the very first level. I think Larry's about to do it. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah.
It just twists out.
Now, once it comes out, Larry, the black portion that houses everything, that could also be twisted off, but don't do it now.
No.
And you should notice you pulled it out, and when you pulled it out, it reminded me. See that it says PR on it?
Yeah.
That's my way internally of marking which ones have not, which ones have. That one has been tuned by Kirk Spear of Pen Realm. That's what the PR is for. So that is a tune nib. Okay, so whoever wins that pen,
I'm going to actually test them.
Yeah, so whoever gets that pen will get a tuned nib, not a just an off the shelf nib. So
okay, we're not going to send this one.
Well, no, that goes with the pen.
Okay. So now, Doc, aren't these also friction fit? You just pull them out, the nibs, if they want.
Once if that's Yovo, you got to twist that back. It unscrews. I wouldn't just pull it out. The one you're thinking of, Larry, I wouldn't do that.
No,
I wouldn't do it. I'd just leave it alone for now. This is something.
I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back I bought a custom painted pen from Ryan Krusak, the Bengal Tiger. And so Ryan had fit that Yovo steel nib right to the point where it would tighten up right to the point where you could see the tiger. In order for me to substitute the gold Yovo nib, I had to unscrew that housing and then screw it onto the gold, and that put it right where it needed to be. But no, and I'll tell you something else I learned from Mike Masayama, the nib master. He told me, he says, anytime you remove a nib from a pen, unscrew it or friction fit, it should be retuned. Now that's getting me a little crazy about it, but and the pulling apart, Larry, like you were saying, that's what you do with platinum pens, sailor pens, pilot pens. They just pull out. But even that, you got to be careful. Nakia the same way. You just pull it out.
Okay.
Right. You have to be very careful when you're twisting, because you can kind of see, you could be putting torque on it and the two tines could get twisted around each other if you're not careful about how you do it. So you do have to be very careful when you're twisting these out, but it's relatively straightforward if you're careful. And you can put a little cushion on it too when you're turning it to help it.
Yeah.
I have some questions for you, Doc, because seriously, and I apologize for it. I talked to the gentleman several times and I forgot what he's going to be doing. My mind has just gone crazy, but the name is Diego. Can you pronounce that last name?
Irrigagino.
Irrigagino. Does that ring a bell? Okay.
No, unless it's by a different name on Instagram.
I'm trying to think. He might be a left-hand writer, but I'm going to get hold of him tomorrow. He has emailed me back yesterday. I have been overwhelmingly swamped doing things, but I'm going to get back with him and just be honest with him. Say, what are you going to be doing? So, because
Larry, I have some images, because some of my friends in the calligraphy group are left-handers, especially some of the master penmen. And I've taken images of their grips and how they do all different kinds of grips. Some use a hook grip like this, others straight up and down, but they write inverted. And if you ever want somebody to address that beyond that, probably the one living master I know of is John DeCalabas, and John does work second to no one, but he's a lefty. And I've actually I got interviews with him and a few other lefties.
Okay, well, I need some serious left-hand people on, because we have left-handers that have been asking for left-hand people. They need help. And that's why I'm trying to reach out to fulfill that need. So if you want to try, give a little bit on your thing and maybe give me a name and I can check out.
Oh, I can contact them. It's not a problem.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, that would be helpful. Now, because and y'all can explain it better because I know I have no working knowledge of a left-hand pen. They make the left-hand pens, yeah, for left-hand writers. So that means a right-handed pen, a person couldn't use a left-handed pen, Doc, is that right?
No, I mean, it's not that they couldn't. When you write, if you're just writing script, regular cursive writing, you would develop a certain wear to your nib point. Even the iridium tip, which will have a certain wear facet from constant use on one particular side. Whereas a lefty would use it in a different way. And so that's why some people don't like giving their to anyone, even to a right-hander. They have all different kinds of grips. I'm going to put something in the chat section. This is an image that I took of a few different left-handed people. They just happen to be all master penmen, and they're, except for the one at the bottom, she's still a very good calligrapher. But I'll put this image in there, and it shows the different ways in which they approach the pen. Let me see if I can get that in there. Sometimes putting these images up here is tricky. Come on. Okay, just went in there. So if you click on that image, you can see John is the second person down, but they're all lefty. The guy who's third down is a dear friend of mine. He recently passed away from cancer. Rick was a resident calligrapher at the White House. It was his main full-time job. He was a calligrapher at the White House. And so, yeah, just they have very different ways of holding the pen. Even with the stuff I teach for copper plate, I don't know what to advise a left-hander. I don't have any frame of reference for it, So typically John would speak to them. And, we don't have to worry about smearing the ink. You know what I mean? Lefties sometimes they write with the hook is they don't smear the ink as they're going across. But some don't use a hook. Some use straight up and down. So
this is believe it or not, I'm not a calligrapher, but I think it's beautiful. I really love watching it. It's, to me, it's history. I focus on it, and I'm just, wow, look how they do this. How do they do it? Such perfection, patience. You have to focus and concentrate. There's a lot to it. It's just not picking up a pen, pencil, whatever you're going to use and do it. In fact, Doc, I'm not even going to show them to you. I watched yours a little bit, and Doc, I really tried. You're the mentor for me, Doc, and you would laugh at me, and because I laugh at myself. That poor bird, when I get through with it, oh my God. Oh, looked like it was beat up or something. Somebody.
You got to remember, Larry, you're talking about somebody who's been at this for over 25 years. So
yeah,
it doesn't come fast.
I don't know if you've seen Mike. I don't know if you've seen Doc do his bird thing, but he just does it and like that. And I want to be the same way as Doc. So I up here, I do that. And
there are people that do it a lot better than
same
me.
stroke, Doc, but it don't come out the same stroke.
The guy I mentioned to you before, John, he's in that image. He's Master Penman. John has a video of him doing birds, two hands with two different dip pens and doing them at the same time. I can't do that.
You don't at the same time.
Yeah, you don't. I'll post the video link at some point, but you don't have to be able to write like that because writing is under such threat of being removed from the schools or from children's knowledge.
Yeah,
I don't care how you write. Doesn't have to look my normal handwriting, you couldn't read it. It's when I want to turn it on, I can. And what I do is not really writing, it's more calligraphy. The difference is writing is meant for everyday use. And that was the Palmer method from years ago, or Zena Bloser method, just to be able to write. This perfection is not something real. People that look at my work and think it's perfect don't know enough about script. Any of my friends like John or Mike Ward, if you look at they realize with this discerning eye, they can tell where the problems are. But I don't talk about that because people think I'm being falsely, maudlin or immodest or something like that.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's no human hand that can produce perfection. Every once in a while, you get close to it. But as I posted the other day, something I wrote, perfection is a journey, not a destination. You'll never be perfect. It's in the human hand. So I don't care if you print, whatever, put the pen to paper and write. Keep it alive.
Here's what I've been doing, though, seriously, since we've been talking about handwriting and calligraphy. My handwriting is bad. Now, don't forget, I have that stuff in my joints as well, crippling, what do you call that?
Psoriatic arthritis.
Yeah, in the joints as well. So Dr. McCarty's working on all that for me, and it hurts my wrist, but I still enjoy writing. So I just say, hurt all you want, because I'm still going to use you. So I love my fountain pens. Really, I truly love fountain pens. I just don't say it to say it. That's part of me, and it helps me with all the stuff that's going on with me. It actually helps me take my mind off all the negative stuff and put it in what I love to do. It kind of gives me sparks. It gives me a lift, you know.
Meditation, yeah. Same for me. Same for me.
So,
Well,
so what I do,
I might share a little story with you if I can.
yeah.
About 25 years ago, I was on holiday in Darling Harbour, which is in Sydney, and there was a Japanese display of calligraphy, and particularly wall banners, you know, the large brushwork that they do. But also there was a project to collect signatures, and I went to have a look at this stuff. And I was met by a tall Japanese man with a silver tray and 3 felt pens, fine, medium and broad nib, and beautiful handmade paper, who very politely asked if he could have my signature. And I was in a job where I used to scrawl out hundreds of letters a week, and my writing just degenerated terribly. But I scribbled a signature down for this fellow, which was just a wavy line. And for the first time ever, I saw that scrawl as art. And they were going to put my signature along with a couple of thousand others and make it into a piece of art in itself. But very interesting. For the first time ever, I just saw that abstract scrawl as art, not a signature.
Yeah. So here's what I've been doing. After listening to everybody's input and getting ideas, because I've always want to improve handwriting. I really do. I need to change it for me. Do it for me. So what I've been doing every morning when I write letters, I take my time and I go slower. It may take me 2 hours to finish a letter, but it looks a little better than it was before. But I'm so into my fountain pens. I'm so into writing and everything I do. I want to enjoy every letter I make. It may sound weird. If you don't understand pen people, then you won't understand me. But I want it to look good. And no, it doesn't look great, but in here, it's a big improvement from where I was. And yes, it take me 2 hours, and people say 2 hours. I have to take my time, because I tend to do fast. I start writing, and then I just take off fast. And then a pain would hit me in the wrist. Oh, it's all over the place. So, but you know, I really, really do that. And that's why I like watching Dr. Joe. He may think I don't watch his videos when he puts them on, but it's like I'm right there watching it, and I'm watching those hands, and I'm hearing what he says and how he's making movements and how he's doing that, you know. And sometimes I have to watch it over and over again for me to absorb it. You know, but it's interesting. If it wasn't interesting, God's truth, I wouldn't watch it. But this is what I do. You know,
it is a mystery to many people, Larry, but it's just a matter of practice. I don't possess any unique skill set. I was somebody who when I get into something, I get into it like at least Mach 1, if not faster. And so just the nature of my personality. And I post those images to it's not to try and impress people, it's to try and demystify this thing, how, you know, anybody can really do this. Yes, there are people like Jake Weidman have incredible amounts of natural raw talent, but it's about practice and knowing how to get there. That's all. I posted an image, I posted a PDF in the chat section if you want to look at it. It's a PDF of pen grips of both past and current masters and you know, calligraphers. So it's interesting because people look at it and they almost look at it, it's like magic, and it's not magic. You know, there are forms that you go to, you practice. Those birds I've done them so many times, Larry, I can do them in my sleep. In the beginning, I couldn't do them. You know, even some of the past masters, I've got some of their early works, and it's like, oh my God, kid, don't pick up a pen again. But, you know, it's about moving past things, and it's a journey, it's a process. And And as I said many times before, if we don't keep writing alive, why do we need pens? You know, if it goes by the wayside, why do we need fountain pens, ballpoints, anything? You know, it just so happens that ballpoint pens, which I do like ballpoints, one of my favorites,
Yeah,
the Fisher Space Pen. But
yeah, I do. Yeah.
it requires more pressure, you know?
And again, I'll say it. I like ballpoints. I like rotaballs. I like gel. I like pencils.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up on this stuff. So why shouldn't I not like it? This is me. And people get appalled. How do you like that? Why do you just stick to a fountain? I do. But if I feel like picking that up, I'm going to pick it up and use it. I just don't want them to sit there and do nothing. They're there for a reason for me. And I'm going to use those. And it's me that's using them. And I love it, you know. And then, Mike, when you send me the rollerball, the first one with the doggy, it rolled smooth. It was smooth, and that was impressive, you know. So that's why I got right back into it and in the story. So you did a good job on it. Those are kit pens, but they still need work. They still need to be put together. And some people say they're easy. I beg to differ. There's a lot of steps you got to do, measurements to get everything fit correctly. It's not something you just put like a puzzle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're done. It's a more detailed than that. So I think kit pens get a bum rap because people are so hooked up on certain types of pens, like me. And I'll go ahead and share it. I love Mont Blanc. You know,
Me too.
To me, I'm not apologizing for it. I love Mont Blanc. That they give me everything I want in a pen. People say, Larry, they're overrated. That's a matter of opinion. Mont Blanc, yeah, you're going to pay some bucks for Mont Blanc, but you're getting a masterpiece. You're getting a Mont Blanc that is truly ahead of its game. I have never had a problem with a Mont Blanc. Great fountain pens. I love them. And one guy said, when I had a Mont Blanc, said, Larry, why did you do that? You could have bought 500 or 700 Gin Hows instead of a Mont Blanc. And I said, why would I want to buy that? I love Mont Blanc. Okay.
Larry,
look at this. Mm-hmm. I want that one and that one and that one.
I've had a bunch more, but Larry now has one of mine.
God willing, maybe another.
It's one of those pens that whenever I post an image of a Mont Blanc on a Facebook website, I've always get those people that say just what you said, it's overrated, so it's not worth it. As I've said many times, this has got nothing to do with worth. It's got nothing to do, it's got to do with what I like and what I want. These people that have to justify things. If I had to justify stuff, I wouldn't be able to buy anything.
Doc sent me, I got a Mont Blanc I got from him, and it's a small pocket pen, beautiful, just stunning. And I don't like all pocket pens. Depends on the size of that, if it's 30. But this was perfect, And first of all, the pen was gorgeous, and it had to be. It's a Mont Blanc, right? Okay. And then when I inked it up, that seal, it blew me away like it should have. I expect nothing but the best from Mont Blanc. And Doc, I think I must have used that pen 3 times to fill it up. And then when January comes around, it's coming right back to Papa. I love the pen, So for me, how can I put a amount on a pen that it's worth so much more, I think, and well worth the money? No, I don't have that kind of money to buy pens. But here's what I do have. Like when Doc buys these pens, believe it or not, no, I can't afford them, but at least he's kind enough to share the pens where I could at least look at them and see what they look like, because if he didn't do that, I wouldn't be knowing what new models they have out. But he does, and he talks about it. And I enjoy to hear the history about that. That's important to me. Pens are important. When I give a review, I try to give a review, the history about the pens, what got you in the journey, where was the pen born, how long it take to make a pen, blah, blah, all the 9 yards. To me, that's real important, okay? So, But Doc Joe, thank you for all you do and all your help that you've been giving me, Doc, really. And Mike, thank you for coming on. So Mike, you've been a blessing, Mike. You have been.
Thank you.
And your workmanship is superb. And I'll stand behind your work any day, for real. It was just 8 months, because Liz and I talk about you a lot. We are just flabbergasted how well you have done. And just think, we're saying in a year what he's going to be creating, you know? So, and there's some things I'm going to talk with you privately later that I'm going to be doing for people. So that's where you're going to come in, and that's where I'm going to come in, and something that I need to do. And I can't do it all the time, okay? But I can do it here and there. So like these two gentlemen here, I'll get back with you, Mike, later, and we're going to talk. Okay.
No problem.
So anyway, okay, so I want Mr. Announcer right now to announce everything that's going to be coming up, because, you know, during the holidays, had a bunch of rescheduling and cancellations, and that happens. Okay, so here we go.
And my phone's not connecting to the internet.
All right.
Is there a site on Facebook where you can just post a calendar of events?
Yeah, he has a calendar on.
Are you talking about you posting?
No, you guys, in other words, the show, because I'm always confused as when, you know, when meetups are and hangouts.
Go to mrannouncer.info.
mrannouncer.info?
Yeah.
MR or MISTER?
MRANNOUNCERS.
Okay, he's going to go over it real quick.
Okay, so at this time we have scheduled on the 9th of January, Paul Bennett from Karis Customs at 12 noon. January the 18th, Zoom Pen Hangout board. And on January 30th, Zoom Pen Hangout with Salvatore Matrone at 4 p.m., all Central Standard Time. And then we have an unconfirmed one with Diego to be announced at a special time.
Okay, and I have talked with Michael Ward, because, you know, the guy's incredible, just totally incredible. And he said he would come back and do more shows with me, because, you know, he's got so much to offer, Doc, don't you think? I mean, this guy is unbelievable. I mean, okay, he will never run out of things to talk about and ideas and teach you and show you. He's a great guy. The guy is just a great guy.
He also has quite a lot of knowledge about fountain pens.
Yeah.
You know, he serviced older vintage, especially vintage pens. And so now he's a great resource for folks, and he's definitely one of the better exponents of the ornamental penmanship out there today. And you've seen a piece he did, you know, for that blotter that you got. You know, and it's simply a writing surface. That's all that is. You put the thing on your desk and you write on it. Because penmen should never write on hard surfaces. They should always have some level of cushion below them. You know, just a little bit. Anyway.
So Joe, you sent a video once, and was that Mike or somebody else? He was painting or writing on this round rock or whatever wheel.
Oh, you're talking about Jake Weidman.
That was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
And Jake is somebody who is incredible in many different medias, not just handwriting and calligraphy, but also sculpting, carving. He does incredible commission work. Oh yeah, he's somebody who, when I first met Jake, he was you know, sort of like a bunch of older guys were mentoring him, but that guy is probably the most gifted guy I know when it comes to artistic ability. Just amazing. He can do full illuminations. He can do bronze sculptures. And it's almost like a jack of all trades. On the same jack of all trades, a master of none. Well, he's a master of each one of them. It's a special person, Jake. Yeah, I can get him on here too if you want to talk to him.
Yes, I do. I do want those people on. I found them fascinating. I never know, Doc, till I met you, what kind of people we have, the kind of talent they have, Joe. It's locked away, and people aren't seeing this. And I want people to see it. I want to open the world up and let these people know. Look what we have out here. Okay, we have a lot to offer. That's important, I think. Yeah, if you're in the pen business, pen enthusiast, calligraphy, paint, paper, whatever.
Yeah,
I believe this is part of a section that would really be important, that would be helpful. And I would think it would get something out of it to see the skills these people have, the skills alone. And you're going to say to yourself, how do they do it? It's not easy work at all. Not easy work.
well, it's like anything. You got to practice at it. But the important thing is correct practice. Because the old saying, practice makes perfect, is dead wrong. Practice makes permanent. Correct practice leads to better penmanship or skills. And so you got to know how to, and when I was working on this, I had a very definite approach to how I practiced. You know, I would just not sit there, and a lot of people just sit there and write. And if that's what you want to do, God bless you, I'm fine with that. But if you're trying to get better at something, like an instrument, I've seen Norm, you had a bass guitar there that you put down before. You know, if you want to become proficient at the bass, you learn scales and stuff. But if you want to become a virtuoso, then you have to approach it a very different way. It's a very different approach, very methodical. And there are people out there who've done that. I can't tell you how many page upon page upon page I had to practice just to get good at one letter form. So, you know, but that's if you want to do that. I mean, if you just want to have your pen and have fun, have at it. Just use the thing, you know, use it. Some people just store them and they won't take them out. I told you guys this before. There's not a pen I own that I wouldn't keep in my pocket with me on a daily basis. I don't care how expensive. And that's not because of money or anything like that. They're meant to be used. To me, it's a crime to just lock them in a cabinet and that's it. You know? Anyway.
A few years ago, maybe 2016, I think Mr. Announcer took me to a gentleman's house. Was it Richardson? I forgot where. A pen guy, pen collector. And he had this beautiful anti-share case, this kind of beautiful glass enclosed where lights and everything. And he's got all these beautiful, high-end, gorgeous fountain pens to die for. He doesn't write with them, just displays them and shows them. And I'm saying, hey, but beautiful pens, don't you ever use them? No, they're not made to use, just to look at. Well, that's what pens are for you to enjoy, to use them. They want to be used. They need to be used. They need some love, and you can get some love out of it and put it back in the showcase. But he doesn't believe in that.
You know, Larry, if that's what they want, it's up to them. You know, I just want to make sure we keep writing alive on some level. That's all. Norm, you were going to say something?
Yeah. Look, I don't want to hijack this, but this is the love of my life, and I know a couple of you would
fretless, huh?
Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely lovely. So I'm very lucky. I learned double bass technique and fingering of double bass, nice. And you know, they're quite nice and easy to play. Lovely instrument.
Yeah, the one I have back there, that's a Fender P Bass I've got on the. Yeah. Oh, look at all my other guitars. But this is not fretless, Norm. This has got frets on it.
Yeah, well, I've got one of them too, but yeah, that's a P.
This is one of all my Stratocasters, with the exception of one, are made in the USA. The bass is made in Mexico, and I think people don't give it enough credit. They make fabulous instruments in Mexico. This is a Mexican, Mexico Fender Precision P Bass. So anyway.
So Norman, what kind of music do you play?
Well, actually, what I really love is the rolling rhythms of the Latin American stuff, the bossa nova and that sort of stuff. Sure. I'll play pretty much anything I can play, other than esoteric jazz. I don't have the skills for that. But yeah, bossa nova is, it sounds busy, but it's not. Larry, you as a drummer would appreciate this. If you clap it out, it's very slow. but because there's so much happening, it sounds busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, music's a bit of a love of my life.
okay. Now this guitar has this bass player has a case and
That's a Hofner bass, right?
yeah. Well, it's not Hofner. It's the next one down, Doc. But it's just as nice.
Pretty.
Great tone, great feel. It looks good. It is really cool. I mean, I think I paid like what, $500 for it, something like that. But it's well
Nice.
worth the money.
That's an Epiphone?
Huh?
That's an Epiphone?
Yeah, Epiphone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the great, yeah.
Really nice. I mean, hey, it kicks, Doc. It kicks when you hear it.
Sure it does, man.
Yeah. But anyway, this has a place it's going to. And all I ask the person, whoever that person may be, is to clean it up for me, because seriously, my hands are hurting so bad. It's hard for me to break it down and clean it and give it the love. And I love this bass so much that I don't want it to deteriorate. I work too hard to save money for it, and it plays so well. It brings back memories doing gigs. It was just, of course, I had to play Beatles on, so you know how that is. So it was, we rocked the house. Wow, it was, oh. So anyway, be careful with that. And it does come with a hard case, nice, and some picks and cord, and I think a Beatle strap comes with it too. Yeah. So
what amplifier are you using for your bass?
right now, the only one I have, well, we have a few left. I sold the Fender custom show amps. I sold my Vox big amps, my Marshalls. I sold all that. I just have a small Vox amp, and I love it, and it really gets out there. It'll put out the juice, and you know, I can do the reverb. It's got a lot of cool settings on it that I like to play with. So that's what I use right now.
Norm, what are you using?
I have a guitar, 6-string guitar, bought it at the pawn shop for like $20. You got to tune it every time. Oh. But anyway, because you know, it hurts my fingers. Not because I don't have calluses, it's because what's going on with me, and my fingers are all like red, but I don't care. And then didn't want to start strumming now. So, but Mr. Announcer and I, God willing, are going to try to get together and recreate. Was it Disney, Miss Lizzie?
Yes, that's the one.
So he's going to do the piano work. I'm going to go ahead and do the lead guitar work on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the rhythm. I haven't picked up the rhythm. Yeah, we'll stay a little longer. The rhythm, and then might get on the drums. We might break it all down and put it all together, because I really miss it. The other day I had a call from a buddy of mine if I wanted to sit in on the drum one night because his drummer was out sick with COVID. I couldn't do it. The hours I couldn't do, you know, no way. But in my heart, I wanted to go up there. I wanted to jam. I wanted to rock. I wanted to eat the microphone. I wanted to own the stage. That's who I am. That's who I am. I just love it. I'm a whole new breed when I'm on stage. And of course, all the chicks used to go crazy on me. Yeah, throwing flowers up to me. Yeah, buying me drinks. Yeah, hitting on me. It was awesome. But I was a good boy. I wouldn't like Doc. I was a good boy. So anyway, so Mike, do you have any other new ideas that you're thinking about? Because we have talked about putting the little rings on the cap, remember, to kind of start dressing it up. We've talked about that.
Yeah, I've looked at different. I'm looking for different clips. I'm looking for rings. I'm working on things like that. I have actually, I think I just started. I was in the midst of cutting blanks when we started this, but I'm about to do. I'm on vacation, so I'm doing like a dozen pens right at the moment, starting 12 pens right at the moment. I acquired a lot of blanks for Christmas, and so I'm gonna have some fun. You know, that's what I'm doing, and you know, there's lots of stuff. I was about to do I don't know if anybody's, if you know, I'm not a big capacity person, you know, people who like to have a lot more capacity in their pens. Some people are really into that. And actually, I got this idea. It was from Jason Neal, Penworks. And I think he actually got it. I don't know. The idea has been going around, and that was to, here's a standard international cartridge. This is a Schmidt, okay? And you can get like 0.8 milliliters in this, right? And now TWSBI has come out with a variant of their own, which gets 1.5 milliliters. So I'm in the midst of building a pen that will accept these cartridges as well as the standard internationals, just because it's, what would it be like to have a pen that could take 1.5 milliliter?
I think some of the pens, I don't know, maybe Leonardo, I'm not sure, but they use the captured converter. They may be using the higher volume one. That's never been a big issue for me, honestly, because I don't like leaving inks and pens too long. And I don't do enough writing to go through it and change it up quickly enough. So
right. I'm probably in your league as well. I don't really need a lot of capacity because I usually just bring a couple pens with me. So if one goes dry, it's not a problem. I just jump to the second pen. But for somebody who wants a lot of capacity, well, these are inexpensive cartridges too, are converters too. So just something I'm playing with. I'm building a pen right now that will accept either one. So I've got a lot of little things like that going on.
Okay, so
and I think you were mentioned, I missed your last call, and you talked about it. Where did I put it? Oh, here. You asked about like what did you get for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
All right, I missed that. Well, I was, you had I think a couple times ago you had John Hubbard on, and of course, what could I say? I got one of the Moonwalk pens. Okay, This is my Christmas pen. All right, it comes with the little pen sleeve, cute little pen sleeve. Okay, but this is quite a pen. It's a little 3D printed pen, and it's got the craters. It's got the footstep on it, and it's got a Franklin Christoph nib on it. So this is my Christmas pen. So it's the first pen I bought in quite a while. But so there's my Christmas. So.
Okay, so
that's about it.
We're gonna have some new ideas. I'm trying to keep Zoom fresh, keep it different.
Hey, Dan.
Keep it in. And I've come up with some ideas, and I don't know if they're good or bad, but I am going to do like I always do every year, top 3 to 5 pens, honorable mentions. I might do some worst pens I've experienced. I'm not sure how I'm going to break it down. And tell the reasons why. I might do 8, but it's my show. I'm going to put however many I want. But what I want to make it different is if any of the people that are on here right now, and this is going to be a closed session, for whoever came tonight, if they wanted to join me, they can share the same thing, what I'm going to do. So that's up to you. And when were we going to do this? Any idea?
We did not discuss the date
We're
yet.
talking about it now. We did it when last year?
Sometime in the first week of January.
First week of January. So yeah, we can do it the first week of January. Get that done and get it out if you're interested. If not, it's limited.
Larry,
yeah.
Larry, what day of the week is Sal Matrone coming on? I know you said is that a weekday?
Yeah, it's gonna be a Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Okay, it's not great. So, look at it worked. I want to be there when Sal comes on.
Yeah, I try to keep them on Sundays because of that. Yeah.
No, that's a good thing. That works for me.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with the Opus 88 pen? Right. So
Yes.
this is Opus 88. I don't know if you've seen Aziz's YouTube video on this. This pen is a direct fit for the Pilot parallel pens, the broad pens. You simply just pull it out and insert the Pilot into it. That's what that is. And it gives you this ridiculous capacity of ink. It's an eyedropper, but it also has, just like the Emperor, the Miki Emperor, it has a valve that closes off the ink. But so it will not. But you can put a 5mm broad edge on this thing. That's pretty amazing. For those who want to do sort of broad work, like a Gothic or italic work, it's a perfect way to do it. And that holds a ton of ink.
Now, Mike, back to your pens. Your pens can be eyedroppers as well, correct?
Yes, you would probably want to put some silicone grease on the threads that put the barrel and the section together. But yeah, there's no metal parts and it's all sealed in the barrel, so you could eyedropper them as well. Yeah.
And people always suggest to use O-rings. I've never used an O-ring on any of mine. It's all been fine. So I'm not saying
I haven't put O-rings in them yet.
No,
so
silicone.
I'm not saying I would never have an accident, but for the last 6-7 years, I've had no problem. But I don't do that a whole lot because I like to change my inks out a lot.
Yeah, likewise. I tend to go through inks, as Doc was saying a moment ago. I don't need, all this, the capacity, say, of the Opus. I have one. I filled it all the way up once and I was like, that was dumb, because it was going to take me months to finish it, but I mean, there are people that they just want to have huge capacities, and maybe they do huge amounts of writing all day long or something, and they don't want to have to switch pens or switch inks or whatever, so they can eyedropper. Now, to be fair, like mine, if you eyedropper them, they don't have a shutoff valve, so you do have to handle them a little more carefully than something like the Opus 88, which can shut the ink off from the nib. If you just have to be careful, because it's not engineered, if you will, to avoid those little accidents that you can have with eyedropper pens.
Yeah, the Namiki Emperor has an extremely
the new
low
year,
capacity.
like I said, it's going to be new because, like I said, I've been working behind the lines of trying to come up with new, fresh ideas, new people, new kind of events that are going to be happening, interesting. So that's, if y'all have input, the feedback, always helpful. But that's what I want to do. I was even maybe thinking about inviting a pen club to our Zoom, but I don't know yet how I'm going to work that out, just to hang out. But something different. I want a whole new exciting year. I want something different this year. I want it to really pop. I want people to be able to come to one of our Zooms and feel good, have a good time. And I want them to get something out of it that they may have never known before, or they wasn't sure about a certain thing. Because, I have a lot of people here that give a lot of good information, important information, and that's important. So those are my plans. And then on giveaways that I'll be doing, I will be doing giveaways just to certain countries. Not all the time. I couldn't afford that here and there, because it's always been the US. Of course, everybody can enter, but only a few people from different countries would win and the others couldn't. So that's my plan with that. What else is going on? Anything from you guys?
Larry, there is a limit to what we can do with Zoom. I mean, you can put a lot of people on here. The problem is the interaction becomes real problematic. I spend a good portion of my day on Zoom meetings or a Microsoft Teams meeting. And the problem is, if you get more than a few handfuls of people in the room, discussion becomes almost impossible. And so I don't know, you can always assign people to certain rooms to talk about certain things, but there is limitations. Right now, the nice small groups that we have, you can sort of get conversation in. But when you got 30, 40, 50 people on a meeting, it becomes, what they generally have to do is silence everybody.
Yeah.
And then you speak by raising your hand, but that's sort of, I don't know.
Well, I think a perfect group to elaborate on all this kind of stuff with the amount of people we have right now, because we all can talk and we all can share, and we don't have to worry about talking over each other. At least I don't think so. Are y'all okay with it? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mike, have we missed anything?
I think you've covered everything you want to cover.
Okay, now, last but not least, the 30% sale is gone. No more.
Right.
We still have the 15%. And if you haven't bought one, I'm telling you, open up your wallet and get one. Not going to kill you. Lord, come on. It's calling support, Doc. And then you can always send it to me, remember. So anyway, what else is going on? trying to think.
Left-handed. Left-handed.
Yep, left-handed. That's enough. Yeah.
What do you have planned for that anyway, Larry? What exactly are you going to be?
Yeah, Doc came up with some idea. I have some people planned it, but Doc has some great ideas.
Oh, great. Good. Good.
If you go into, are you lefty, Dan?
Who?
Dan, are you lefty?
No, my son is.
Oh, if you look in the chat section, the first thing I posted was some images I took of left-handed calligraphers. They all hold a pen in a different way. But I've got some friends of mine who are master level penmen that in calligraphy who are left-handers. As a matter of fact, the first group we inducted of 5 masters, 3 of them were left-handed. Iamphith. And so, yeah, I'm going to speak to John DeColibus. He's probably one of the best left-handers out there to do that and, talk to you guys. So
I guess one of the things that got me thinking about bringing this up to Larry in the past, having something, is that I had my son trying out a number of my pens, and one of the pens I had, I can't remember which one it was, honestly, but he couldn't operate the pen. I mean, all the rest of my pens fine, but that one, he couldn't operate it because it kept catching on the paper.
Yeah.
And he began to tell him, well, it's because I'm left-handed, I'm pushing up where you're pulling along. I'm thinking, oh, gee, I never thought about that. And I know a lot of the nibs are ground so that they're just basically a sphere. It can go any direction at all. But some nibs are quite unique and they don't operate that way.
No, but Dan, the other problem that people face, even right-handers, is that most people have a death grip on the pen. And when they write with incredible amounts of pressure. It took me a while. I don't have a light grip, but it took me a while to develop that lightness. If you ever watch the films of Michael Ward writing his ornamental penmanship, he's gliding over the paper. There's almost no, unless he wants to make the shade, then he depresses it. But it took me a long time. I mean, I remember folks who are, famous on YouTube for their fountain pen stuff. And it's like listening to them write, it's like a nail against, the chalkboard. Yeah. And, or chalk against the chalkboard. Yeah. It's hard to sort of come out of that. So if you compound that with a left-handed person, it can really be daunting to you when you use pens. So.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping to when I brought it up to Larry that maybe we could have some discussion that maybe some lefties could benefit from, because they're in a right-handed world. Now, are you? Joe, you're right-handed, aren't you?
I am, but if I'll put my email address out there for you. Send me yours, and I will send you some videos of interviews I did with 3 of the left-handed master penmen.
Oh wow! Oh wow! That'd be great. Thank you.
Gmail.com. The other thing is, guys, I'll be sharing with you once they come, but I've got a few fountain pens coming. It was my Christmas gift to myself. So I've had a Nakaya long piccolo on order for a long time. It's been a few months. I probably still have a few more months to I'm going to share some images with you, if you don't mind me just deviating for a minute. Yeah. So the Nakaya is this one. It's an Akatama Nori. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful.
That's got threading. That's got threading around the end of the cap and on the top of the barrel, if you see that. And then let's see, share. This one I think I posted to you guys. Did you see this red one? Yeah. Can you see it now with the little gold on the tip? You see that?
Is that a Tassia?
Yeah, that's the Tassia. If you guys remember the other Tassia, I did post images of it. It's this one with the abalone and eggshell. Well, that's the same pen. And I swear this is an ebonite Sailor King of Pen. Same size, but the nib is slightly smaller. They do have one in the King of Pen size, but and then the other one I decided to pick up because I was a fan of it was the Toledo Knight. I owned the M700 when it first came out many years ago. It was always one of my favorites. So I figured I got one of these with extra fine. And what was the other one? One last one to show you. Oh, this one I think I mentioned too. This was from some guy in the Netherlands. That's called a Pocket Master. I can't remember who posted this, but this one's in brass. They make them in copper and steel and aluminum, and it gives you the option of an 18-karat gold Bach nib. So I've got that coming too. Wow. Anyway, I'll post images when I get them. I love taking images of fountain pens.
And before we go, I got a question I want to ask y'all. Compare the King of Pens against the Mont Blanc 149. Which is your favorite and why? Or is it a tie?
don't know if I want to answer that question.
That's a tough one.
The 149 is my eternal favorite. This is at the start of my love affair with pens. The reason why I'd still probably go with the Mont Blanc is because the 149 only comes in medium and broad. I've got 149s extra fine points, so I like thin points. You cannot get that with you can have it ground, but Mike Masuyama doesn't recommend doing it because it's 21 karat and the nib tines may not stay together as you're writing. And so I would have to go with the 149. I remember, Larry, King of Pen is not just the ebonite one. There's also the one that looks like a big Sailor Pro Gear.
Yeah.
Like 149 as well. So, but I would definitely go with the 149. So it's a romantic thing for me. So.
Well, yeah, that was my first love, and it always has been my first love. I mean, I never could get away from it. It just, yeah. Look at there. Dan has one. Look at Dan has. Wow, Dan.
Love it.
Dan has good. Dan, you have good.
My baby.
Taste.
It's
Yes,
my baby.
it's gotta be a baby. Yes. Tuck him in. Yes, yes. Okay, folks. Well, I think it's going to wrap it up, and we'll be back when, Mr. Announcer.
Saturday at noon Central Time.
Okay, this Saturday, noon at Central Time.
What's that for, Larry?
Huh?
That's an open meeting, or you're going to be interviewing somebody?
Open.
Open. Yeah, open.
Saturday noon.
Yeah. It's about 30, 45 minutes. I think that's what
Saturday, that's tomorrow?
No,
No, 2
Saturday.
days.
Saturday.
Two days. Okay. Today's Thursday. Okay.
Don't scare me, Dan, okay? It wouldn't be the first time I did. And so that's
Sorry.
1 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well, thank you for everybody. Doc, when I can't sleep either, I get on the phone and I see you're on. I say, what is Doc doing up?
Well, it's vacation. I generally try and get some sleep when it's work comes up again on Tuesday of next week.
Doc,
Yeah.
what kind of a physician are you?
I'm not a physician. I have 2 doctorates. One is in dental medicine, so I'm a dentist, and the second is a PhD in biochemistry.
Okay.
So I'm a scientist as well. So I'm not a physician.
Okay.
So,
But Doc, you're higher than just a regular dentist, right?
I don't know if I consider higher. I'm an academic now. I was in private practice for many years. Then I went back to school to get additional training. So I was in private practice in New Jersey for a while.
So now you're a paradox.
Yeah, exactly. So now my actual position is Associate Dean for Academic Affairs at the Dental College of Georgia. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Aren't there different levels of dentistry?
Well, they have specialties, Larry. They have oral surgeons. They have endodontists that take root canals. They have periodontists that work on gums.
Can you do any of that?
If you wanted, I mean, I was pretty good at pulling teeth out at one time, but the whole purpose of a dentist is to try and save teeth, right? So no, it's been a great career, and honestly, it allows me to do what I love to do. I have friends of mine that are starving for calligraphy, not starving, they're starving to do calligraphy because they don't want to get a regular job. And I always tell them, look at guys, what I do for a living makes possible this ridiculousness I have with, fountain pens and guitars and stuff like that. So, and of course, as I've said before, I'm single, I'm not married, so I have nobody to tell me, what the hell are you doing?
Same here.
Does that to me. Yeah.
Here. Yes.
I see, I want, I buy. It's as simple as that, within reason. So, but I also try and give some of it away as well. So.
But let me correct you before I go, Doc. You do have somebody that tells you what to do. I forgot who it is. You know who it is?
No.
Not me. Fountain pens.
Yeah.
Fountain pens.
Yeah.
They all control us in their own ways.
Yeah. What's the saying from Star Trek with the Borg? Resistance is futile. That's just the way I look at them.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great time actually to be into. We got so many great guys like Mike making fountain pens. Everybody's making pens.
Yeah.
So at some point I'll get around to your pens too. I just have a list of things I need to get before I die. So I'm not planning on going anywhere. And by the way, before we leave, Norm, what type of bass amp do you use?
Well, I'm guilty of having too many amps.
Yeah.
But, I really like not so much the amps, but the speakers. I really like a 12 and a 15. So typically, if I'm doing a big gig, I'll I'll take a 15-inch box and put a 12-inch amp on it,
Nice.
a fairly gutsy 12-inch amp. If I'm just doing a little gig wall, then I'll use a 12-inch, something with a bit of grunt.
Solid state or tube?
Well, there's no doubt in my head that tube sounds better. Also with guitar than, I like the cello, Dan, that's great.
Never seen the guitar.
Hey, Dan, what about that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Class A and tubes or valves, as we call them here, sound better. But it's more noticeable with a guitar than a bass. I just can't be bothered hacking around big amps and big speaker cabinets. I did it years ago. Can't do it anymore. Don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, and they've done that.
Yep. Yeah, it runs. It gets past the joke.
Norm, here's a single image I'll show you. This is I commissioned this bass to be built years ago. That's by a guy. Can you see that?
Yeah, I've got it.
Tom Clement in Florida. That's a bloodwood neck, or figured redwood top. But those are not frets. Those are just markers. It's fretless.
Mm.
Great bass.
I find the markers on the neck more of a distraction than a benefit.
I'm a crip. I need them.
I prefer that. The only thing that I've got is markers on the top, and they're actually on the frets rather than back from the frets. So if I'm used to playing a fretted bass and then I go over to that and I switch back again, I'll play on top of the frets rather than back from the frets, and it buzzes.
Go right on point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing how many of us have similar passions. You know, I mean, Mike, I don't know if you play anything, but you know, we're all like, it's almost like we're cut from the same mold. You know, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I played when I was in school. I played the violin for 10 years. So
I wish I learned.
You know, so I was not really good at it, and I haven't played it much lately. But you know, I haven't played it lately at all. But I mean, but yes, I do enjoy music a lot. So music is very important to me. Yes.
Mr. Announcer, he plays the piano, keyboards, and synthesizer. And one day, now he plays good, but one day, this is the God's truth, and it never happened again. We were working on Get Back. And you know, I'm leading this. Okay, no, stop. Let's be started. It's off a little here. We need a little bit over here. We need some more of that. And so we got into it. And then as we were playing, I was in shock. So was the guitarist. We just looked at each other, looked at him. This guy was doing a Billy Preston run that was a kick monster, but he ran it. He burned it up. Damn. So, and we failed to record that. Okay. So I said, let's play it again. I can't
capture lightning.
Yeah, I still don't know exactly what I did. I just know that I couldn't repeat it.
Now we used to go to Trinity Park here in Fort Worth a lot, twice a year. And one was always to celebrate John Lennon's birthday. And then another was just to do a gig at the park. We had to rent the park, and we had to bring all this monster equipment out. We didn't have the gig was started, what, 8 o'clock? We'd have to get there at 4 o'clock to set everything up. We had smokestacks, monitors, fog machines, lights, you name it, microphones everywhere. It was just monster. So we would go out there on those 2 dates. And once I got heat stroke, not good. Yeah. So but that was fun. That was fun. That's what we do. So
when's the next Dallas Pen show, Larry?
September.
Well, it's ways off, but if Mike Masayama is there, just go. He'll just give him the pen. He'll have that fixed for you. It's like 25.
I might do that. Yeah. Yeah. How is Mike? Mike feeling okay?
I wasn't aware that Mike was sick.
Okay. No, it's the other guy I'm talking about. What was his name? I was talking to you.
John Modishore? The guy who owned Gibbs.com?
No, remember the gentleman that You know him, he does work for you, but he's going to make a pen for you, but he was sick.
Brian Krusak.
Yes, I've
Yeah, no,
invited him
Ryan-
on, but right now
yeah.
he's sick, so I'm leaving him
I
alone.
know.
Yes.
Brian just got his scans done yesterday, I think. I think he's awaiting to hear what the verdict is. So I'm
Yeah.
about to commission him to do another pen for me. And but I was about to talk to him about it, which I did, but then I heard about this and figured we'll just wait till he's able to.
Do me a favor, Doc, if you don't
Yeah.
mind. Can you ask him that I did send him a message? He doesn't know me, but ask him that I'd like to bring him on Zoom
Sure.
guest. And I won't keep him long. I know he's ill, and
No, he's actually okay, Larry. Right now, he was showing a video online of him cleaning up a studio. He's gonna start making pens
Okay.
again. He's not that kind of, I mean, the
Okay.
possible diagnosis could be pretty dramatic, but I don't think he's at that point. And so no, I think he's gonna gear up production again. And Mike, you're shaking your head. I think you maybe seen his post on there, and
Yeah, he's cleaning up his workplace. Yeah, and
I'll reach
he had
out
his
to him.
daughter in there working on things
Yes,
too.
yes,
So yeah. I
He
think
had-
he was having a lot of pain in his neck. So it was pain, and I think at one point he said he got up and worked at his lathe, and he said the posture of standing over the lathe and working actually was less painful than almost any other position, that's good for us. That's good for we can get him back on the lathe maybe. But
on the first scan they did, they thought they found something in one of his cerebral vertebra, but I don't know. I don't think anything's come of that yet. Hopefully it won't.
right.
But I will definitely talk to him, Larry.
Okay, Doc, but I was also thinking I was going to ask Mike if he could put a gold nib on here for me. I like the pen that much. It's a good looking pen. It feels good. It's good weight. I like everything about it but the nib. And I'd like to have a gold nib in it if he could put one in. I don't know.
Are you sure? Hold on. Are you sure that has a Yovo or is it a Bach? The Nettuno God of the Sea I have, Larry, I'll share this image with you. It is a Bach nib, I believe. This is the shape of it. Do you see it?
Yeah.
That's a stock image. That's a stock image.
Okay, this is could be, yeah, this is the same thing, 1911.
Well, that's the name of the company, but a model for the company. But if it's that shape, Yovo is very different.
I'd have to let me just unscrew it to get
What I
it
would do
out.
is take a good image with your cell phone and send it to Mike. This way
Okay,
he'll know
okay.
right away if that's a Yovo or a Bach.
Okay, because Bach don't have much numbers on it, do they? Just Bach. It says Bach, doesn't it?
And it's what the company 1911 stands for something for Nettuno. I don't forget what it is, but it's not. It has nothing to do with the model of nib or the make of the nib.
Yeah. Let me just see if it's down here lower. Because I really like the pen, so that's why I'm not dogging it. I really like the pen, and I'm trying to save its life. So
The first thing that Mike Masayama would do is take that nib and the feed and put rubber bands around it and sink it into very hot water to make sure it adapts to the inside. No, the thing closely adapts to the pen, and then just work the nib. They can all be worked out. The problem is when you buy over $100 pen, you shouldn't have to do that. I mean, especially when you get $1,000 pen, and you got to. Stephen Brown used to talk about this all the time. I shouldn't have to take. And I had the guy from. I had one of those Kola. It's a beautiful pen, but when it came to me, the gold nib was splayed. It was separated. So I emailed him. I says, what's up with this? He says, oh, that's an easy fix. Easy fix. $1,200. I shouldn't have to do an easy fix on it, And anyway, I had Mike Masayama work on it. No big deal, but I should not for that kind of money.
And Mike, more to the story, when I got the pen, immediately I see the nib. I don't know if you can see that or not. You're going to see it bent curve. I don't know if you can see that, but it goes
curve downward.
Yeah, it goes like that.
That means somebody tried to bring those tines together without doing it correctly.
So it goes down. So I haven't touched it. So when I send it to I forgot who, they said it was tuned and wrote right, but the nib is still bent down. So I'm not touching it, of course. So I'll let Mike do that. I'll let him use his expertise and see what he can do. And I'm going to ask him if he can put a gold nib on it.
I'd be surprised if that was not a Bach nib, because the God of the Sea has the Bach nib. I'm sure that does too.
It's a beautiful pen. I like the color, the trim.
Yeah, it's nice.
I like everything about the pen. So I'm not getting rid of it. and I'm not trashing the pen. Please believe me. It just needs help. Yeah. Okay. You know, we all need help, don't we? No? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Doc, Norm, kangaroos, Dan, flying squirrels, Dr. Joe, beer, wine, Mike, bless your heart, blanks, and Larry, nursing home material. Come and run at you. So, anyway, we will see y'all hopefully Saturday.
Saturday. Mhm.
What time?
Noon.
At noon. Lots going to be happening. And so you two down on the bottom, let's see, Dr. Joe and Norm will be getting messages. And they're secret messages. I can't say. And you're not able to elaborate either. Okay. Now, Mike, I'll get with you as well and tell you what's happening.
Okay. Sure.
And the whys and the hows and what you need to do. You
What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, you already got no, you got yours. Remember, you already got one.
I did. What did I did?
You gave it away.
Oh,
So that's
well,
out there.
I've got another one ordered.
Well, see, now we're talking about greed. Okay, that's only me. I'm the greedy one. Now, Dan, I can always be bought. Send me 12 dozen cookies.
How many times do I have to send you 12 dozen cookies?
Till I'm dead.
They last you one day.
Oh, well, I
I
need
told you,
nourishment.
You give one to Alan, you give one to Kelly, and then you've got 40 of your own.
Okay, they come in stacks, Doc. Let me get him right. They come in stacks in a big box. Alan just eats one. He may eat another, but he doesn't. He likes them, but he doesn't. Diabetes. All right, we all have diabetes.
We're glad to do it. We
then,
taste them every time we do this. We taste them, and we gain 10 pounds.
Look, we have the box right in front of the chairs. Stack for him, stack for me, and you're just eating, watching TV. Another stack, watching TV, and we stop. Then we pick it up. Before you know it, in a day or two, they're gone.
My wife makes good chocolate chip cookies.
Well, that's why they're gone. Yeah. Okay. I'm fixing to split. I'm going to run down the roll call before. Joe, what's one of your favorite songs you play?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, anything by Clapton. Yeah, I like blues rock. So yeah, I used to do Sunshine of Your Love, you name it, Layla.
How about any Chad and Jeremy, Peter and Gordon?
Oh, geez, no, I don't play that. I could play it, but I don't. Yeah, it's not something I haven't thought about those guys in a long time. Jeez.
The Zombies.
Yeah, whoa, you're talking like 60s now, Larry.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. The Kinks. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah, Beatles. Yeah. Okay. How about you, Mike?
I don't play an instrument right now, so I do listen to all of it. You just ran down a list. I've listened to pretty much all of those. Yes.
Okay, Dan. How about you?
As a percussionist, I have always been a Ginger Baker fan.
Oh man.
Yes.
Blind Faith is the band of bands. Stevie Winwood.
Yes.
Yeah. Here.
We're talking a band.
And Norm, how about you?
Well, I guess with me, a lot of modern songs, if you actually slow them down so you can hear what's going on, they take on a whole other life. They're poetic and beautiful. But very often when you play them at recorded speed, you lose all that. So there's a lot of good stuff out there. And I hope to enjoy it for a long, long time.
Good. You know, Larry, I don't know if you guys realize this, but all of my videos with on fountain pens, that's all me playing the music. I recorded stuff years ago, and it's not the greatest recordings, but that's me playing it on any of my videos. The music you hear in the back was done by me or me and my buddy Al, who's a dean up at the New England Dental School, and he's a saxophonist and bass player and things like that. So, yeah, Haven't recorded in a long time. I do plan.
It's a
to
lot
start.
of fun. I mean, in my lifetime, let's see, when I first started, I must have recorded 2 singles. And then with Jake, we got a band together. We did an album, CD album.
Of 6, yes.
And so when we did the album, we went into the studio and it didn't take long to do it. And so after it was done, we go into the sound room and he plays it, and it was all kick, A1. Till we got in the car and we put him in the car to listen to him, and what the hell happened? It was horrible.
Yeah, the mix, yeah.
It was bad. So lucky enough, on my computer, I still have Helena Rigby, which we done here on the house, and Jake was the one, I think, that mixed it. Yeah. And that one kicked. That one definitely kicked. So I'm gonna have to have you listen to it. I'm pretty proud of it. We did a decent job on it. Yeah. So we played in garages. Yeah, we started in the garage. You know, the kids came to listen. So that was fun. That was really fun. So, but I've never been to Haight-Ashbury. I've never done drugs. God's truth, never done it. Scared of it. I guess I'm a nerd. I don't know. Am I a nerd, Doc?
No,
That's okay. You can call me a nerd.
I have to call myself that then.
Okay. Oh, we're proud nerds. How's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? Right.
When with talking about recorded music, I don't know if you guys or not would agree with me, but one of my soapboxes is I think that the mastering now is done because it's music is overcompressed. You lose that loud, soft dynamic.
Most vocals have auto-tune on
you
them.
know, I'm a bit of a hi-fi nerd, and was before I started playing anyway. I still got a fair bit of good hi-fi stuff. And yeah, it's just so hard to get music that's not squashed flat like a pancake. So I don't know if you guys would agree or not, but yeah, I think a lot of good music is killed, to be honest.
I mean, the Beatles recorded basically live, right? Those guys were in the studio and they just went at it. That's the only way to do it, but you know, it definitely helps to get that, to capture that sound, you know. But and with the vocals now, everybody's auto-tuned. It
Yes.
doesn't matter if you can sing or not. I mean, I was listening to Tom Jones the other day, years ago, and my God, that guy was just amazing live, you know. And there are a lot of people are maybe not everybody, but so many people use auto-tune now. So just get it close, and it'll
Right. Yeah. Well, folks, this has been fun. You know, again, I'll say this again, you probably tired of hearing it. When I came on, I had a hard time coming on. I was having a moment. You can ask Jake. And, oh, what did I do? Okay. And as we progressed in our hangout, I started feeling better because I was enjoying what I was doing. I'm into what I'm doing. And all this bad feelings and pain and hurt, I've been hurting here. Believe it or not, it just kind of went to the side because I was having a great time with you guys, and that's what it's all about. So you guys really are medicine to help me feel better. And that's what I need and love. Some people don't understand it. They told me that I was full of it. How can people help you feel better when you're in so much pain? I said, well, evidently you just don't get it up in here. You know, there's some things that trigger that help people feel better. And if you love something with a passion, that will. And plus, you know, loving fountain pens, truly loving fountain pens. That's another. I mean, I just don't try to buy fountain pens just to show off and be cool. I buy the fountain pens because I truly love them. I love the designs. I love the way they write. And again, Mont Blanc for me, number one. I mean, I know I'll catch some feedback. And then I like Visconti as well. Leonardo, gotta say him, and then Pineider, you know, people like that. So yeah.
Don't forget Omas.
One of my favorite pens, believe it or not, is a preppy.
Hey, why not?
They're fun. They're
Yeah.
just a lot of fun. If you lose them, you don't lose much. Break it, you don't break it. And they're just, they're actually fun for me because I'm totally weird. Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
I know, but you still love me. That's okay. You love me. That's
If it
okay.
works for you, man.
So when are you guys going to come to Fort Worth and hang out and get a room we can go eat? Never. Okay, moving on.
Sushi.
No, I go through. I lived in Houston for 21 years, and I go down there relative, maybe every year or two. Definitely will swing through Fort Worth next time. So
I don't think Norm's going to make it.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for the stuff that's going on in the world for the last 2 years, I'd be there with bells on, guys.
Yeah.
Well, the next pen show you said September, right, Larry? In
Yeah.
Dallas?
Yeah.
If I can plan enough ahead, I'll try and make that one.
So
Oh,
Dallas Pen
latest, the COVID numbers here in Sharon County have been going up, up, up. And then for yesterday, they were over what, 1,000, 1,800 and something, 1,500 and something. Yeah. So they're really going up. There was a 8-month-old girl that caught COVID, and there were some parents of some kids. They caught the COVID. They didn't believe in the shot. And then there was another gentleman that had his shot, but not his booster. He caught it. But the good thing about it is they had their shots, so they're not going to get it as bad. They get it like a flu. I'm just guessing, like a flu type symptom. So hopefully they'll be all right. But the deal is, and I understand everybody, I'm not knocking anybody. That's their right. That's their choices. But the way to go to protect yourself and to protect others is get vaccinated and get that booster shot. Because like Alan works at Walmart, and he needs to get his booster shot, but he doesn't know who's walking around Walmart that hadn't been vaccinated. Now, all the employees have to have their mask on. Well, that's all fine, but that's not going to help them if somebody has COVID, because they can still spread it to them with a mask. That's only going to help the individual wearing the mask. That's what I heard, correct?
Well, the new Omicron variant, what we know is it's very much more infective, but the preliminary data suggests it's not as lethal. I don't know if that's because of the vaccines or because mutation in any organism does not really work well if the mutation leads to increased death, because then the organism puts itself out of business. Increase infectivity is one thing, but increase in death, that's something that would be unusual to see, because they're basically killing their opportunity to continue to grow. And so I don't know, I guess we'll see. I'm vaccinated, but I believe people have the right to do what they want to do also. If you think about this, your children, if you have children, they're going to school, you can't put them in public school unless they're vaccinated. Forget COVID, forget that, all that stuff. Just your regular vaccines that you have to get when you're a child. Diphtheria, all that stuff. You can't be in school unless you get some type of waiver to be able to do that. So it's not unusual to have this, but there's the big problem with this vaccine is we don't know enough about the long-term effects of it. And because I don't want to get into the science of it, because of the way it's made, it may not last as long. The cells that produce the antibodies may not last as long because of the way in which they made this virus. The problem is if they made it the other way, it would take years to bring it to market. And so they got special dispensation to get this stuff out to market quickly. We still don't know what the effect is going to be on young women who want to get pregnant, mothers who are pregnant. What about young children? I'm not arguing against it. I'm just saying you got to use some caution here. But I do believe that the new variant is actually has a problem. Children have a problem with it. And so we'll see where it's all going. I don't know. But what are we going to do? Close the world down again? I don't know, guys. I mean, at some point, this is going to have to be like the flu. It's coming around every year and take your inoculations for it. But, a lot of companies are not going to be able to survive another close down.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's happening now. Yeah. Yeah.
A bunch of places have closed. Yeah.
Right now, when we order food, we usually don't go in to pick it up. We just have it delivered. They're always short of a lot of stuff. They don't have enough food on the shelves to get everything you want. And what's happening, I don't know, Doc, if you brought it up or who brought it up, but all the supplies we need is on the ocean outside of LA, I believe, but they can't find people to unload them. So that's what's going on right now.
Yeah,
Until
sure.
then that's fine. And then the new wage is going to be kicked in January 1 to the 15th. I think I heard, like at Starbucks, good money. So Starbucks is having a difficult time with COVID. They've had to cut their hours back to 5 o'clock at 3 locations, people out with COVID. So that's not good. So
There are people
COVID
that
is
don't want to go
around.
back to work.
You don't know who it's going to be around.
I know.
So you guys take care of yourself, okay? And if I can ever help you do anything, I will do my best to try to help you. That's who I am. Last but not least, Mike, I was talking to Mike earlier, and I've said this before. I want to try to start introducing the younger generation to get involved in fountain pens. So Mike's going to talk to his 2 grandsons and see if they'd like to come on and be a guest. That's one. Next, I got to get with Troy because he knows somebody that also is interested. So these are my ideas and plans for 2022 to rebuild this. I want to leave a legacy that I really care about what I do. I may not have the right choice of words, may not be the smartest person, but I sure have the passion and the love, and I do have the desire to help people the best that I can. And believe it or not, I do it to this day. I don't have a lot of money, but like for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I forgot. I usually go out and make sack lunches. We make bologna cheese sandwich, lettuce, an apple, and we put a cupcake in there, potato chips, and give them a cup of coffee. I couldn't afford that because there's like 50 to 100 people, and you got to be careful. That can be dangerous. So I was in the convenience store, and a little boy came in, and he wanted to get, was it a candy bar? And the Indian fella that worked there, really nice guy, he told him, he said, look, can you spell this word? If you can, I'm going to give you 5 minutes and you can get whatever you want. And it really, he said, yeah. So he did, and he got all his stuff. So then I told the Indian man, put this $20 in the bag and let's see if he's honest and bring it back. Well, he got outside looking at all his goodies, and he saw his $20. Of course, we saw him on camera. So he comes in back and says, hey, I found this in my bag, and it's not my money. Isn't that cool? And I said, son, that $20 is yours. Plus, I'll give you 10 minutes to get whatever you want in this store. So he was like crying. He was excited, never has happened. And last but not least, the owner of the store, a great Indian young man with a big heart, had a new iPhone, and he left it on the counter and accidentally put it in the bag where he got all his goodies. So he left, and one of the customers said, he's not coming back with that. So he got around the corner. Of course, there's cameras, and he's going through, getting some chips out, and then he pulled his new iPhone out, and his eyes got big. He said, look at this. He said, this isn't mine. They accidentally put it in the bag. He runs back in the store and he tells the owner, sir, this is not my iPhone. It got accidentally put in my bag. And the man said, well, let me see that. You know what? It is now, son. Thank you for being honest. The little boy started crying. Do you hear me? He has nothing. So that's kind of stuff I get into. Okay. All right, I'm going to shut up because Doc telling me, Larry, shut up in a nice way.
Oh, me?
I'm teasing. No, Doc is a great guy. I love Doc. He's just a super guy. I mean, I can't say enough good about him. You know, when I need all my teeth pulled out, I'll go see you. I bet he'd have a blast on me, you know it? Like Three Stooges. Oh.
Keep your teeth,
So,
baby. Keep
all
your
right,
teeth.
folks, anything else y'all like to say? Because we're going to end this in a prayer. And let me tell you about the prayer a little bit. Something new I've developed, and I'll explain reasons why later. And Mike's going to share the prayer. And then later, I'll have Justin share a prayer in Pakistan. And I'm looking for Muslim and Jewish so they can all say a prayer. I'm trying to unite people together. I am fed up racist, hate, violence, killing. I'm tired of it. We shouldn't be doing this. And no one is doing nothing to try to help make it better. Not that I'm going to make it any better, but I'm going to do the best I can to do what little I can to try to do something. You know, when I'm in the grocery store, and you can ask Jake, there was this gentleman up front of me buying some groceries. I told the cashier, tough guy. And she pointed to me, he looked at me and he said, what's up? Nothing. I thought I'd buy your groceries for you. You're buying my groceries for me? Why? Merry Christmas, sir. He looked at me and he said, that's the first. Thank you, sir. Really, isn't that cool? The message got across. I can't do it all the time, okay? But something comes over me and I do that. I've always done that, didn't it?
Mhm.
And then Jake would ask me, we're going to go eat. You got any money? No. What'd you do with it? Give it all away? Yeah. Oh, well, what the heck? So you may have a new roommate coming in, Doc. So, okay, folks, really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you understand me. I hope you don't think that this guy's off the wall or doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm trying for you to get to know the real me, what makes me click. Last but not least, when I played gigs, I did have a fountain pen in my pocket and a notepad in my back pocket. Believe it or not, yes, sir. That's what I wrote with. I'm a fountain pen guy. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, okay, anything before we go? Okay, Mike, would you lead us in prayer this time before we go? And I really appreciate everybody doing this. And we got a lot of folks that need prayer. We've had some fallen brothers and sisters in the pen world that have passed away. And we got some people that are sick. And, you know, it's not going to hurt to give a little prayer. I don't think. If you can please tolerate me, I hope I don't offend anybody. So, Mike.
Deer in the headlight here, huh? Okay. Yeah, I could do something. Well, I think we can all pray that we all learn to be more tolerant of each other. I think Larry has Larry has brought up a good point. I mean, I pray that we can all gather together regardless of our differences. We have disagreements about things, that we can reach out and be kind to each other and love each other and really embrace other people that disagree with us and respect their disagreements and basically be tolerant of everybody in the world and all reach out to each other.
Well, thank you very much. Now, I've talked with Justin, and Justin does know some Pakistani, and he gave me a little feedback on that. The people that came from Pakistani over here are very much welcome, not by all, because of the religion type thing. So, you know, these people love where they live now. They have a chance to grow. They want to work. They want to be a productive citizen. And we need to give all people chances. We're going to have good and bad in every race. Are we not? We are. We are. But we can't just condemn all for those who commit the violence, the terror. And it's real difficult, and I understand it. But this has been bugging me for a long time. But this is how I've been all my life. If I was healthy enough able enough and could walk, I would be doing some peaceful protest movements. I've already called the mayor, previous mayor. I want to sit down and talk with her. Never called me back, called her 1, 2, 3, 4 times, never called me back. So I'm going to try this, the new mayor. I in my heart, I need to do something. Don't you ever feel this way, that enough's enough? Because we don't know, seriously, when we're going to walk out our house, get in our car, go to a store and get killed, get robbed. We don't know that. It's so unsafe nowadays. I've never, ever seen it in my life growing up. So, all right. Again, I'm rambling on. I'm having a good time. You guys made me feel a whole lot better. I feel great tonight. I really, really feel great. And I thank each and every one of you. And yes, I would cry, but I'm not going to do that. You all don't know how much this means to me and how much you're helping me. Except for Dan. He don't send no more cookies. So, and that's therapy. Therapy. All right, folks. We're going to end it, and we're going to see you Saturday.
Yes,
Saturday.
Saturday, 12 noon.
Okay. And let me know if you like to hang out with me. We can set a time. It's just going to be with us to do the pen thing. I've never done that. It's only been with me, but I would like to share it with my friends if you're interested.
Mhm.
Okay.
Good.
Yep.
I know you're all excited. I can tell. I'm the only idiot here. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to go, look, I'm going to go get me some sugar bear cereal, sugar bears. And then I'm going to get in bed and I'm going to have me some ice cream. How you like that, dog? Beat that.
Good. Have fun.
And I'm going to watch Mayberry. God bless each and every one of you. Love you guys. You guys are some great people. Super
guys.
good hearts. Just good
Bye,
people.
everybody.
Good night,
Take
guys.
care.
God bless.
We're
Bye,
right here.